Hi everyone, welcome to your readings for the full moon in Pisces. Full moon coming up in around about 6 hours or so, or less if you're watching the replay, obviously. I hope it's been a good week for you. I hope you're handling the full moon energies well. It's also Friday the 13th, so between that and a full moon, we're dealing with very, very feminine energies. The number 13 being considered unlucky is a reaction to femininity. It's a reaction against there being 13 lunar months in a year. So it's an important day to connect to the feminine, but it's also a big day in terms of emotions coming up, and you might be feeling that. An awful lot of stuff coming up, some of it yours, some of it ancestral or intergenerational. A lot of stuff coming up to be felt, and you need to feel it, you need to process it. But I've been stressing with everyone all day today, very strong need to be grounding today. Big need to be able to deal, to be able to hang on in there and work through what you need to. Hi to everyone just tuning in. Hi Felipa, hi La Luna. It's wonderful to see both of you. Anyone else here, please say hi in the chat. Let me know how you're doing, and please remember to like and share the video. That helps a huge amount. Hi, super angry koala. So take the time to settle yourselves in. Hi, Brian. Take some nice deep breaths. Just allow yourself to become aware of every part of your body. Connect in with every part of it and connect deep down into the earth. Allow it to hold you. It's very important to stay grounded when you're dealing with a full moon in Pisces. Hi, Amber. I'm going to start off in a moment by getting an idea of what the collective is up to on this full moon. Then I'll move on to the 12 signs from Aries through to Pisces. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so the energy for the collective for this full moon in Pisces. And it's something building, like really building. And yeah, on the surface, difficult. It feels difficult on the surface. Absolutely. We have the devil showing up in the conscious space. So yes, it's difficult to deal with. A lot of old thought patterns, a lot of old ways of viewing things, old aspects of trauma, some of them intergenerational as well. So not all of them you, all of them coming up to be felt at this time. Below it, the 7 of Cups. So the other side of it is not to jump to conclusions at this stage. Feel this, but don't jump to conclusions around it. This is your process. You have to allow this to work its way through you, but you might draw the wrong conclusions if you quickly go, oh, that means this. Or, oh, I'm still in that position, or this is still current, or this is still this, or this is still this. So there's a need to ground. And there's a need then to think things through very carefully, because you might rush into action or to conclusions, and that would be a mistake at this time. We're moving from a place of the 6 of Pentacles to a place of the Lovers. So we're still dealing with the sixes. But this is also then about separating out what's current from what's not. And just because things are current doesn't mean that I have to work through them. Of course you do. However, what is absolutely crucial here is that you recognize the influence that these things are having upon you. There's a deconstruction going on here. What emotional patterns, what behavior patterns are being driven by this past stuff that is coming up? What is your relationship to it? What is that telling you? Because you're going to become much clearer on that as we work through this full moon. I have the High Priestess showing up as the outcome card. So this is about reaching understanding of what your feelings are telling you, reaching an understanding of how you relate to these past events, to deeper levels of feeling around them as well. Very important not to rush. Stay with your process, stay grounded, but allow your view of your past, of where you've come from, of what all this relates to shift. Allow it to shift, allow your feelings to shift with it, because this is about freeing yourself up. Pisces is about endings, and therefore about big changes as well. So what this is setting up more than anything else is a different layer of understanding, a different form of understanding that's going to allow us to move forward in an adjusted way. That's the collective energy over this full moon. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to move on now to pull cards for the 12 signs from Aries through to Pisces. Starting off with Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to start with Pisces today. Pisces always has to wait till the end, but not today. The full moon's in your sign, Pisces. It's Friday the 13th. So we're going to start off with Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What are you dealing with the full moon in your sign, Pisces? Get a sense of where you're at. And if you're watching, everyone, please remember to like and share the video. That helps a huge amount. So Pisces. Okay. Appropriate. Pisces, you're achieving some clarity. You're achieving some clarity as long as you stay with your feelings, which is your element. It is your natural sign, is water. So stay with your feelings. Because if you try to intellectualize the experiences you're having, the things that are coming up, it starts to go a bit wrong. Water, 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 Pisces. You're good at this. And you have the Ace of Cups showing up as what it is. Now, what it's not, it's the Ace of Swords. So no big decisions, but getting more in touch with yourself, coming to a much clearer understanding that allows you to feel like you can deal, you can balance within this space. Pisces. It is your natural element, so don't step out of your natural element necessarily as your starting point. You start trying to intellectualize, overthink, reach conclusions. Difficult, really difficult. That's where it spirals. So don't. So don't. Where this leads you to, I have the Two of Wands showing up. I also have the Four of Pentacles showing up for you. So the sense that I get is that you're not making big decisions, but what you are going to be able to do from this is feel more able to deal with what's in front of you. Doesn't sound dramatic, but it is. It actually is, because you've been struggling with that. To see what's in front of you, to work with what's in front of you. Oh, I'll go over here. No, you're going to look it in the face. You're going to look it in the face, and you're going to start to be able to move through it. Asserting effort asserting energy in a very direct and focused way as you go. Takes you to a space of the King of Pentacles. So this really is going to help you with your internal process, Pisces. Get out of your head, get into your feelings. And this is going to allow you to really direct your efforts moving out of this full moon in your sign. I hope that makes sense for you, Pisces. The next sign is going to be Aries. Aries, sun, moon, and rising for this full moon in Pisces. Pisces, you can thank me for that. All the Aquarians are going to make a fuss now. Aries. Okay. That is interesting because for Pisces, it was not the Ace of Swords. For Aries, guess what it is? It is the Ace of Swords. So Aries, you're flipping this on its head from what Pisces is doing. You do have to think. And the reason you have to think is to stop your temper from getting out of control, to stop your reactions, your impulses from getting out of control. It's an air energy that you're using for this. So what came through really strongly is avoiding conflict for you, Aries. That's the big shift that you're making, is situations, people flaring up in front of you, things flaring up, things that you might have reacted fast to in the past. Now less so. Now less so. I have the Prince of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords showing up for you, Aries. The sense that I get very strongly is of slowing down, not reacting, in order to actually be able to connect to people where they're at, not treating people as adversaries. That's your main shift. Not seeing everything as a challenge that you have to fight your way through. Because if you don't, what's going to happen? So that Nine of Swords that shows up, I feel some of you kind of avoid your fears, your anxieties by getting fighty. Not a huge surprise. But you're slowing it down. You're slowing it down, embodying the energy of the Prince of Pentacles. And I feel that some of you are going to therefore be calmed by being around earth sign energies in particular. Could be Taurus, could be Virgo, could be Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising. But I feel like just this contact with earth sign energies is really beneficial to you, and it's going to allow you to be in a mental space without getting overwhelmed by it. Building confidence, and you emerge out of this as the Princess of Wands. More focused, but holding your fire. This is crucial. Holding your fire. You have it in your back pocket if you want to use it, but I feel like this is about you holding your fire. It also means giving your ego a bit of a rest as well. Not about the Empress for you. So this isn't, I feel, about denying yourself either. It's not being nice for the sake of it, but it's about a new approach for you that allows you to deal with challenges in a new way. I hope that makes sense for you, Aries. The next sign is going to be Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. For this full moon in Pisces. Taurus. I like this. What I like here is everybody, I feel, is shifting out of character. This is the third sign in a row where I'm getting this sense of people shifting out of character, and now the cards are bearing out as well. So Taurus, 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 Taurus. You know what? It's not for you. It's not the Ace of Pentacles for you, Taurus. Interesting. You've been a bit too grounded, I feel, in the sense that you might have been tolerating people taking advantage of you, talking wrongly to you, disrespecting you, getting in your face maybe. What it is for you, it's the Eight of Cups. It's the Eight of Cups. So you're not putting up with this anymore. And sometimes it takes a lot for you to be rattled off that, Taurus. But you're being given permission to hear. You're being given some permission to break out of this stance. They gave like me you as kind of like this really deeply rooted tree. It's where you're coming in. It's what you shouldn't be though at this time. So it's like actually you got to uproot yourself, take yourself somewhere better, somewhere where there's more support, love, respect, affection for you than perhaps you've been receiving. Now I have the Four of Cups showing up for you. I also have the Two of Pentacles showing up for you. And so the sense that I get is you're just moving past this. You're above it. And I feel like some of you might have sat there going, well, if they're saying this about me or doing this to me, maybe there's something up with me. Maybe I need to think more into this. Maybe. Or maybe you've become accustomed to people not treating you correctly, Taurus. But this is where you move on from that. This is where you redefine, where you decide who you want to be around, what environment you want to be in, where you want to be. Who and what you do allow in, and who actually you're done with and you push away. Takes you to a space of the Hermit. So you're moving on to something better. I don't know if you can see the similarity between the Hermit and the Eight of Cups in this spread. Both heading on to somewhere brighter, somewhere warmer, even if you're going there alone. Even if you're leaving people behind to do it, this is about you valuing and respecting yourself in this way. So it's a saying no to what isn't right for you. Very, very strongly. Looking after yourself, looking out for yourself, moving forward in that way. Higher level of personal integrity. I hope that makes sense for you, Taurus. The next sign is going to be Gemini. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising for this full moon in Pisces. Gemini. Okay. I love this. I love that the aces are all coming up for signs in different elements. This is fantastic. Gemini. Again, you're breaking out of your airy energy. You really are at this time. You're coming in with the Ace of Wands. I feel you pulling away from people and from ways of relating to people that are outdated, that are outmoded. And you might usually get in your head over this. Oh, I need to learn something more about this. I need to do this. I need to do this. Maybe I should talk to them. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should flirt with that person and that person and that person and that person and us. No, no. If it's not fulfilling, quit it. Get your power back with the Ace of Wands. Say goodbye to what doesn't work for you, what doesn't suit you anymore. Well, it's not about for you. It's the Princess of Swords. I feel like you've been spreading yourself very thinly, Gemini. This could be in friendships. It could just be in collaborations, people you're in contact with. Maybe you've been answering questions, messages from everyone. Everyone who comes in, you're like, okay, I'll give you some of my time, some of you. I'll talk to you. I'll give you some of my energy, and you, and you, and you. And now you're like, actually, no, fuck it. Taking it back, holding that for myself so that I can do something with it. You have the Wheel of Fortune showing up, and you have the Six of Wands showing up, Gemini. You don't need to give yourself away cheaply. You simply don't. This is where you start saying no to people in order that you can have the right options coming in. Been very, very generous to people, but actually now I feel like you're retreating into the background instead, doing your own thing, Gemini. Doing your own thing, not waiting for other people's approval or permission or anything else, and pushing away those who kind of use up a lot of your energy, a lot of your time. You don't get much out from it. Moves you to a space of the Lovers. So you're clearing space so as you can decide to connect to the things that are truly important to you, Gemini. You're taking this high ground in order to do so. It's really, really positive. It's going to allow you deeper connections to people, to your work, to your areas of interest, and actually to yourself, to your internal process, to where you need to be heading on towards, Gemini. Really, really powerful stuff. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hi to everyone just tuning in. Hi, Beck. Hi, Marielle. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Amethyst Dreams 333. Hi, Mahari, if I haven't said hi already. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this full moon in Pisces. Thank you, La Luna. That's appropriate. This full moon is more or less conjunct Neptune. And Neptune and Pisces scoring my Gemini moon since 2014 has been a whole ride for me, to say the least. So Cancer. It's joyful for you, Cancer. You're out of the... I know you feel shit deeply. We talk about this a lot, but I feel this relief, this joy, this celebration coming in for you with the Six of Wands. You're suddenly getting your energy back, getting your mojo back, getting your drive back. You look forward with optimism. And when it's not about for you is the Queen of Wands. So you don't have to charm anyone. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to live up to anyone else's expectations, nor do you have to react to anyone else's attitudes towards you. clearing away all of that. Liberation from your kind of overwhelming emotional process that can sometimes be self-indulgent as well. I have the Prince of Swords showing up for you. So you are clear, you are clear, you are happy, things are going well, you're looking forward with optimism. You don't have to dwell on anything coming out of this full moon, Cancer. It's beautiful. And when I say you're optimistic, you have the Star showing up. So not only are you optimistic, but you feel calmer, you feel more in control, more able to look forward. And it also means that there's help coming in for you. People see you, they see what you've been doing, and they are rallying towards you. So you're going to be in the mood to celebrate, in the mood to get together with like-minded people, people you care about, friends, loved ones, groups of people, communities. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, my favorite 10 of Cups, in fact, from this deck. I absolutely adore this 10 of Cups. This is what you're heading towards all around the full moon, Cancer. Deep levels of connection, feeling yourself, feeling like this makes sense, feeling hopeful, optimistic, and ready to go with it. I hope that makes sense for you, Cancer. The next sign is going to be Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this full moon in Pisces. Okay. Every sign's getting something very different today. You're coming in with your own card, Leo. You're coming in with strength. Strength. And I feel this has been your starting point for some time. You've been trying to push yourself forward, push yourself through, not grumble, not complain, not get down, not worry too much, be optimistic, be the bright light. But it needs to be genuine, Leo. You see, I feel like some of you put on that as a facade for other people. You want to be the one who shows the way, who shows you can do it, leads the charge, is okay. Nothing keeps me down. It's not about the Emperor for you. You don't have to be this for anyone else. This is about honoring yourself, Leo. Now, I have the 7 of Pentacles and I have the 3 of Cups showing up. So things haven't been that easy, but you haven't been grumbling and pushing forward. But actually, I feel like you need more fulfillment within your life, Leo. It's what you need to be bringing in. So you don't have to do it all yourself. This is where you ask for some support. It's where you connect to people in a deeper way in order that you actually have it in you to do the things that you need to. It also means you can slow down a bit. Like some of you Leos are setting yourselves crazy deadlines, crazy targets. What for? What for? Shitty productivity, fuck that. Give yourself a break here. Stop feeling like you have to prove yourself to everyone and everything, because you don't. You don't. So you're slowing it down in order you can actually find some joy in the midst of what you're doing. You take some time out and find some more joy and connect with people and have a good time. Allow yourself to feel genuinely joyful. Not the false optimism, not the bullshit false positivity, not the fixed smile. Genuine moments of joy, Leo. That's what you're bringing in. That's what's going to allow you to be able then to work in a more focused way and in a way that produces the things that you want to over time, rather than chasing targets, chasing pointless goals. Princess of Pentacles. Energy that you're moving to embody from this. Calm, focused, and in control. And you're only going to do that if you allow yourself some enjoyment. Okay? Genuinely. I hope that makes sense for you, Leo. Halfway through the signs, please remember to like and share the video if you're watching. Hi, Stomoku Oku. Hi, Mirella. Hi, Ima. I'm going to move on to the next sign now. That's going to be Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For this full moon in Pisces. Opposite your sign, this Virgo. Still a lot of Virgo energy. We haven't had Mercury and Venus move into Libra yet. So Virgo. Okay. Okay. Always the easiest one for you, Virgo. Full moon opposite your sign, and okay, you're interrogating every little thing. I feel like some of you Virgos have been overdoing it, kind of burning the candle at every end, giving yourself away quite a lot. Some of you are just plain physically tired and have some sort of unidentified aches and pains going on. I've got a great big stomach ache when I feel into Virgo's energy. I'm fine. Some of you might just have been eating too much birthday cake, but oh yeah, all around the sacral. It's a little bit all over the place, bit churned up, and I feel like some of you might have been looking for a deeper explanation of everything, giving yourselves a hard time that way, and that's holding you back. But it's not about the moon for you, Virgo. So I don't feel like you need to dive really deep. What I do feel you need to do is rein it in a bit. Get more focused in your efforts. Stop giving yourself away so cheaply. Ace of Wands showing up for you. We're seeing a lot of aces today. These are new beginnings. Lots of new beginnings, which I feel are new ways of doing things. So you need to give yourself away a little bit less, Virgo. Focus a little bit more and stop going over and over and over some of the old stuff. Allow it to be. There isn't more to be gained from all of that introspection and reflecting. Now I have the Three of Swords and the Six of Pentacles showing up, Virgo. You've been overdoing it because actually you're hurting a bit on the inside. You haven't allowed yourself to feel it, to process it fully. You've been giving yourself away. There it is. Literally, parts of you being taken all over the shop. What for? What for? Because actually, you need to regain some of yourself at this time, Virgo. So pull away from those people who are taking from you, but also be ready to receive and move into those more mutually beneficial connections, relationships. 6 of Pentacles. You're happy to help, but you're not helping if you're just being taken advantage of, just being used up, chewed up, spat out. That's not healthy for you. And what's more, it drains you. And when it drains you, it takes you away from clear insight. And this is about clear insight for you. So not the reflecting of the moon, but the clear insight of the Queen of Cups. That comes when you regain a bit of focus, a bit of control, when you draw in support, when you connect with those who fully respect you, then you can feel into your emotions, your feelings, where you're going much more clearly, but not if you're giving yourself away, not if you're taking on other people's energy. That's what blurs things. That's what confuses things. So this is about regaining a sense of self-integrity, boundaries, energetic boundaries as well for you, Virgo. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Libra. Libra sun, moon, and rising for this full moon in Pisces. Libra. Libra. This is nice for you, Libra. This is nice for you, provided you can trust your situations, the people around you, the things that you're doing, and not overthink, not overreach, not go over things that are complete, that are done, that are actually formalized, finalized. I feel like it's not about not having too much of a good thing or outstaying your welcome so much, but so you go and do something and it's really good, goes really well, you enjoy yourself, or you're well received, and then maybe you decide, oh well, I'm just going to stay doing this, even when it starts to decline, even when you need a break from it, when you need to regroup, go and do something else. You don't, but you need to. So there needs to be a bit more fluidity within you, Libra. Coming in with the Fool. Nice, light, free energy for you to work with. What goes wrong? What do you need to not do? 7 of Swords. You don't quite trust the things that are going well, so you stay there, you focus on them, you look at it, you do more of it, you bombard it with energy, and it goes bleh. Take breaks, do other stuff, get some variety, Libra. I have the Queen of Cups showing up for you. I also have the 3 of Pentacles showing up for you. Your work is bearing fruit. The things you're putting energy into are bearing fruit. You're in the right place. You're doing the right things. But what you're already doing, you don't need to do stacks more of. Give yourself a break. Shift your energy somewhere else, because you're locking it by bombarding it with too much energy, Libra. You need to be freer, lighter, more agile. This is like a cat. You need to be shifting, going over here, 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 here. Much, much nicer for you. Takes you to a space of the Princess of Swords. You scattering your energy, your ideas in different directions, trusting that where they land, they're going to be effective. So this is your big shift at this time, Libra. Before the sun enters your sign at this full moon in Pisces, it is about being able to trust that what you've really put energy into is going very, very well, and you don't need to pile more on, and you can use it elsewhere, add some variety, do things a bit differently, things become lighter, you become more flexible, more freer. I hope that makes sense for you, Libra. Hi, Abigail. I take questions at the end for a few people who I'm drawn to. But if you'd like to get a full personal reading, my details are just in the box below. You're welcome to book me. The next sign is going to be Scorpio. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Hi, what else is possible? You were moping a bit, Scorpio, maybe a bit self-indulgently, maybe laying it on a bit thick, just for yourself, because you haven't necessarily been complaining to other people. But what you have been doing, I feel, is getting down. And maybe when things are going okay, then giving yourself a reason to be down again. And I mentioned the full moon in Pisces bringing this stuff up, which it does. But it's also something that you need to be shifting out of, growing out of, offering yourself a bit more support, a bit more love, a bit more affection, connecting with other people as well, not closing yourself off. So you're coming in with the Empress. And I feel like rather than focusing on something simple, which is light, which you can look at, you've been digging your way down into the dirt instead, but you don't need to. You need to be focusing ahead, because I don't feel it is that bad. And I feel this is more a pattern, a habit of getting into this mopey, deep emotional state. But what it's not for you is the Four of Pentacles. So it's not about closing yourself off from the world, clinging to what you have, worrying, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, because you're blocking your own growth, your own transformation, your own movement forward. I have the Tower showing up for you. The Tower is Mars. The Tower is your energy, Scorpio. This is your ruler. So you've been resisting, I feel, growth, transformation. And now all of that old shit, those old ways of doing things, that mopiness, that, it's tearing away from you. If you just get out of that for a moment, you can let it go. You can really let it go. Allow yourself to draw power up. Allow that to happen. With the Tower, I also have the Moon showing up. I feel like some of you are getting upset over stuff that has long since gone, that you've actually processed in some ways, and then you put it back on, started clinging it to again because it's familiar, but you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can allow yourself to transform. You're good at transforming. Where does this lead you to? Ace of Wands. New starts, new beginnings, internal power. Look how well these fit together, the Tower and the Ace of Wands here. claiming your own power out of this, Scorpio. If you can break yourself out of this, and it's a pattern, it's a learned pattern. Some of it's programming, some of it's even older than that, but it's a pattern and you can undo it, you can deconstruct it. You don't need to be sad and mopey for the sake of it, because I want to appear deep, I want to appear brooding. Fuck that. We need you doing better than that. We need you feeling lighter, freer, more able to act, more able to offer yourself into connection with other people, opening your heart, but being able to assert yourself forcefully in a useful way that serves you, Scorpio. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For this full moon in Pisces. Hi, Ladybug, I've missed you. Hi, Erin. Overconfident, Sagittarius. Overconfident. And it doesn't feel like a genuine confidence either. It feels like a bit of a facade. And careful with it. Careful with it. Yeah, you want to be like this example. Like, yeah, and I feel like some of you are pushing yourselves really hard to fit with the people you're around or the situations that you're in, but sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes actually you need to say no to these things. So it's not about the 10 of Cups for you. So I feel like you might need to withdraw a bit. Think things over. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is showing up because you need to kind of get into your thoughts a bit more. You kind of need to analyze the things that you're doing, the things that you're saying, the things you're focusing on, the ways you're relating to people. Is it genuine? Is it healthy? Is it useful? And if not, does it serve you? Because if not, then why the fuck are you doing it? I have the 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords showing up for you. There's no point in being anything other than who you've been growing into. And if you try to be, all that happens is bits of you go missing, get taken from you. It's not real, it's not valid, it's not healthy, it's not helpful for you or anyone else. You are needed to be very authentic at this time, Sagittarius. You need to be very, very clear. You're needed to stand out as an individual where necessary. 10 of Wands is your outcome. It's not always easy to say no to people. It's not always easy to be 100% yourself, but that's what you need to be doing here, Sagittarius. Full moon square your sign. Pulling the mask off, and you need to let the mask go. Focus on what suits you, what serves you, what's right for you, what's clear with you. It allows you to grow something far more. It allows you to become bigger, and then you can actually deal with what's in front of you and be who you're actually needed to be. I hope that makes sense for you, Sagittarius. The next sign is going to be Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising for this full moon in Pisces. You're tired, Capricorn. Tired from overdoing it, tired from pushing yourself forward, tired from this and this and this and this and turning everything into an ordeal and into a struggle and yuck. And you don't need to. It's not about strength for you. It's not. So, oh my goodness, like, whose admiration are you trying to win? Who are you trying to win over? Who are you trying to show yourself as this amazing figure to? Showing off. Why? What for? Is it doing you any good, really? Momentarily, maybe, but really, is it building real connections? No, it's not. You know what it's about for you, Capricorn? It's about the lovers. It's about genuine connection. It's about selecting the connections that are right for you. The ones that make sense. Connecting to those who are there for you as you are. No, there's other stuff. I have to be the strong one. I have to be the convincing one. I have to be the one who always does this, does this, does this, does this, does this. No, you don't. But it is about the right connections for you. Doing yourself justice, honoring yourself, Capricorn. 10 of Cups showing up for you as well. So this brings you into contact with the right people. And they don't need to be convinced. They feel you. 2 of Pentacles. That's a choice you have to make. It's a choice. Just as it is with the lovers, it's a choice. It's a responsibility to yourself, to do yourself justice, to show yourself for who you are, to not overdo it, to not do things that are not you. A lot of programming that has to be undone here, Capricorn. It's okay to be unconfident about that stuff, but you have to work on it. You have to move towards it. You absolutely do. It's going to be healing for you. You're going to grow from it. You emerge as the Queen of Pentacles. It's all going to grow from there. In the background, it's going to be easier going. You won't have to be so intense, All you have to do, Capricorn. I know you're not used to that, but it really is. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising for this full moon in Pisces. Beautiful, 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 Aquarius. Completion. I see you high-fiving someone. A job well done, a job complete. You've done amazingly. You're in the right place. This is fantastic. Whatever you've been working on, working towards, you're pulling it off. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the start of something, and there won't need to be any kind of fear, pessimism of it coming undone. It's not going to. It's not going to. You're finishing this one. 10 of Cups. The emotional satisfaction of a job well done, of getting there, of this being the start of something more. And what it's not about for you is the Tower. So you don't have to tear yourself up, you don't have to tear it up, start again, or anything else. You are pulling this off. It's wonderful. Takes you to a space of the Fool, so you feel free. Good difference between the energy of the Fool, the energy of the Tower here. Free and in integrity and ready to go and do something more. With the Queen of Swords showing up, you can look at this and be, yes, done it, spot on, I got it right. Everything that I've worked through, planned, thought through, all of this coming together. And it's a launch pad. It's a launch pad for things to get better still, Aquarius, with the 9 of Cups as your outcome card, the wish fulfillment card. Hugely exciting, hugely encouraging. You are going somewhere really good coming out of this full moon in Pisces. You are being supported. You are supporting yourself. You are doing this right. Very exciting and beautiful energy for you. I hope that makes sense for you, Aquarius. That is all 12 signs. Thank you all so much for being here with me throughout those. I have time to pull cards for a couple of people now. If you have a question that you'd like me to pull cards for you on, please pop it in the live chat and I will see which of you I'm drawn to. Whilst I'm waiting for those to come through, I'm going to remind everyone to please like and share the video. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or an astrological reading, my details for that are in the box below. If my work helps you and you'd like to leave me a tip or a donation, my details for that are also in the box below. That helps me a lot. It means I can keep on doing this work. So let me see who I am drawn to. Felipe Fernandez, Zelda, if you are drawn to it, general advice from the universe about where to go next regarding my spiritual journey, please and thank you. Okay, Felipe. Okay, Felipe, I have the Princess of Wands and the Queen of Wands showing up for you. I get the sense of you feeling like you're in someone's shadow, or you need someone's permission, or someone calls the shots on you, is better than you. And this might be someone who you've looked to for guidance, for teaching something or someone similar. And I feel like at this stage you have to stop seeing yourself as inferior, as the student, as the one who has all of this to learn, because that's not where you're at. You're in a space of needing to start going out on your own, formulating things for yourself, pushing things forward yourself. So it's about really putting yourself out there. I hope that makes sense for you, Philippa, moving from the princess to the queen, not feeling like someone else is the boss of you. Super angry koala. Can I have a card for guidance, please? Of course, super angry koala. You're quite wedded to certain ways of doing things, super angry koala, certain approaches. It's got a little bit rigid, a little bit stuck. Four of Cups showing up for you. You're not, I feel, considering other options, other things that are out there, other possibilities, potentials, different ways of doing things. So you've kind of been like, no, this is the plan. This is where I'm going. This is where I look. This is what I do. 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 And it's restrictive, really restrictive, and out of alignment. Out of alignment. I have the Hermit showing up for you. Are you actually following that star? I'm not sure that you are. Maybe you stopped looking at that star. Maybe you kind of got a bit fixed on where it was in the sky. Like, oh, I'll head to there, but now the star's actually moved up that way, or there's a different star in the sky. Why aren't you following that one? So there's kind of a need to step out of where you committed from, if that makes sense. You were at a certain place and you went, okay, that's what I'm going to do from here. But now you're not in that place, so that's not what you're going to do from here now. And it may not be a big shift, but you need to look at what's motivating you, what's driving you, because it feels rigid, it feels a bit tight, a bit stuck, and there's just this need to be able to open out of there in order that you move more into integrity as well. Because something's calling to you. Something is calling to you and you haven't quite paid it full attention yet. It's going to get louder, 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 louder until you do. You just got to open up to it. I hope that makes sense for you. Amethyst Dreams is asking for spirit messages. Okay, Amethyst Dreams. Amethyst Dreams. Whose values are you following, Amethyst Dreams? I feel like they're not always your own. I'm getting stuff coming from your mother potentially, or from the maternal line, certain values, ways of looking at things, ways of doing things, ways of approaching things that are not strictly you, and it's limiting you, and there's a need to start to go about things in a slightly different way because you've been honoring those traditions, or where that's come from, whether on a conscious or an unconscious level, but now it's not really viable for you to just keep on doing that because it's like you're living out someone else's life at times. Princess of Wands shows up as your situation. You've got to shift these sights, where you're aiming towards, what you focus on, how you go about things. Because at the moment, it's not 100% for you and it's limiting you. You need to be a lot freer with the Fool. Whatever obligations or responsibilities you held there, I feel you fulfilled them. I feel you move on from them. And I feel that this is kind of an inner conflict for you at the moment, but it's what you need to find your way out of. 5 of Swords. Other people's ideas. You don't even notice them, their values within you, but you need to start to pull them out, get rid of them in order to free yourself up for what you do next. I hope that makes sense for you. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for the warm atmosphere you create here. Please remember to like and share the video if you'd like to leave me a tip or a donation, or book me for a reading, or connect with me, interview me, book me for an event or anything else. All my details are just in the box below. Be happy to hear from you. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful full moon in Pisces. And I will see all of you again really, really soon. Thank you.